What is going on, everybody? It's Alex coming back here with another video. Today, we are finishing off this no trades mock with round 3 of 3. It's been a fun journey, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this, of course. So, again, I think honestly, a good goal to set by the end of next week is to get to 2,000 subs. Let's get there. And then again, we're less than about 2 months. We're just about 2 months away from the draft, and we got a big ass goal sub wise for that. And I want to continue producing some good ass content for you guys. So, I do hope you guys enjoy this. Have some fun, pop some champagne. I don't care whatever the hell you do. If you're in Texas, pop a damn shot of whiskey because it's cold as hell. So let's have some fun. Starting off with the Jags only pick in the third round. You guys know how much I love to do a bunch of trades and shit. And that's probably why I wanted to only do 3 rounds, just to get a little bit more comfortable with this. There are a lot of really good safeties on the board. And my question is, do we take them now or would we take them in the fourth? You look at Paris Ford here. Really like Paris Ford. Him as like a true box type of safety. Hamza has a higher ceiling, but Paris Ford will have a bigger day one impact. And you got guys like Richie Grant, who I've seen him fly. He is a pretty damn good tackler as well. He has some big flaws, but I'm telling you, those things every single player has some big flaws. Richie Grant seems to be one of the guys who can elevate himself over that level. Or Darius Washington, another free safety you can get. So looking at what we've already done, we got Trevor Lawrence. I think we got Tevin Jenkins, of course, Pat Freiermuth, and then Tyson Campbell. I think that you guys have a pretty loaded roster right now in terms of draft wise. So I'm looking at the safeties, and it's down to Javon Holland, who can also play slot corner for you guys, or else Richie Grant. So for me, I'm like, ooh, like both of these guys, super good talent, right? Richie Grant, ball hawk, super quick. People will say he lacks speed. It's like I'm not a Richie Grant truther. Like I know a lot of people have him like first round grade type shit. I'm definitely not on that train. Probably a late second, early third for me, similar to where we're at right now. But I've seen some tape of this guy. This guy flies. He flies like an MF. And Javon Holland, though, I don't think I can pass up on him. I'm gonna be honest. He can play slot corner for you guys as well. Really good coverage skills, and like the guy is just a jack of all trades. He is a master of none, but he doesn't have the big red flags that Richie Grant has. And to me, like again, Richie Grant, those big red flags for you guys who are probably more concerned with how ambiguous I am with that term. It is like there was a lot of times where he would literally just lose his guy in coverage, and there would be just a dude wide open. NFL, that's a touchdown. So it is a little bit concerning to me. And then also he has had some trouble dealing with bigger, I believe, tight ends. I think, ooh, what is that guy's name? I love this kid. He's a tight end for Cincinnati. Josh Wiley, I believe his name is. He just completely destroyed Richie Grant, which he should. You guys want to see Richie Grant's size? He's 6'1", 190 versus like a 6'6", 240-pound target. But it was pretty obvious that he couldn't deal with an extreme aggressive type of player. So it's you got to deal with that. But Javon Holland, to me right now, this is exactly what's going on in my head. I'm thinking, can we get a better strong safety in round 4? You got Paris Ford. He could probably play strong safety / nickel. This could be a nickel corner / strong safety for you guys. Similar to Elijah Molden, who, by the way, just did a report released about an hour ago. I have him as a mid first, and I'm not going to give you any hints to what teams I have talked to about this, actual NFL teams, but they say he is one of the few. Actually, he's the only slot / nickel corner worth a day one pick. So I am not alone in my opinion to where he is worth a day one pick for teams that really need day one picks. So just watch out, because there's going to be a potential draft coming in the future where you see Elijah Molden round 1, because teams are starting to see him that way. That's a little bit of a hint, because you guys already know who I talk to. But Javon Holland, to me, can play that strong safety very well. And then if you get a guy like Ardarius Washington as your free, because I know Ardarius Washington played wide safety back at TCU, but who really gives a crap? He's a free safety in the NFL. I think Javon Holland's the right pick here. To me, he's better than Richie Grant, just because, dude, this guy was in the top 10 talk before this year. He skipped the year to prepare for the NFL draft, and then all of a sudden, he just drops so far. I think it's just people having fatigue of liking this guy to the point where they're like, oh, we see Richie Grant playing at a very high level. We're going to jump him above him. So I'm going to go Javon Holland here. You guys could go for Richie Grant. You guys could go for Paris Ford, Andre Cisco. There's some pretty damn good safeties in this class. But then again, there is always the chance that you guys get Marcus May. In that case, Javon Hall and Marcus May would be a pretty damn good pairing. Next, Jets. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't realize Brian Poole is a free agent. Now you guys can let me know if you guys plan to bring him back. But if you guys just heard what I talked about, there is no doubt in my mind that Elijah Molden is beyond worth this pick. I'd probably take him in the top of the second. Just like it's unbelievable value. If Brian Poole is gone, I know you guys got to fix up the edge class. And I'm looking at the edges on the board. We do got. I don't know who Odenigbo. I don't know how to say his name. And then you guys have some guys like Quincy Roche who could be really good. But then again, it's like you still got Ronnie Perkins on the board, Patrick Jones, Jordan Smith, Quincy Roche. They'll probably be there in the fourth round, like at least one of those guys. Not to mention Dalen Hayes, which is a fan of a lot of teams. They're starting to meet up with him. Jonathan Cooper, Ellerson Smith. There's some good guys down the board. With in terms of slot corners, you got Sean Wade, Elijah Molden, and then trying to find another true slot corner here. And I'm kind of coming up empty. Wait a second. Who do we get for the Colts? We got Eric Stokes. Okay, I was just like, I'm used to giving them Paulson at Debo. I'm just like, Like I don't really see another true slot corner that is going to make an impact day one. To me, it's Elijah Molden all the way. I've never seen someone with the instincts that Elijah Molden has. I literally saw there was this one rep. I literally took a video and sent it to my guy Mason today, where it was against Stanford. His worst grade. I watched the two games. I fell in love with him in the two games that PFF gave him their lowest grades. So that just shows how amazing he is. There was a play and he had no effect on it, right? Where there was, I don't know who number 4 is on Stanford. He was running a deep post, right? And that means he's about 10 to 15 yards separation behind Elijah. As soon as the guy caught 10 to 15 yards behind Elijah, you can see how he felt it. He felt perfectly where that route was going to be. And he got into the lane to where the Davis Mills had to check it down. To me, that is unbelievable football IQ. Just unfreaking real. So I'm an absolute. I love Elijah Molden. If you use him in the run game, beware. He makes some good tackles, but it's like it's a 50-50 jump ball on whether you're going to get a really good tackle from Elijah or else you're going to get like a mediocre one. It's why he belongs to the true slot, and he can play press better than any corner I've seen in this draft. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. He also had, I believe, a 40 something or maybe a 50 quarterback rating, which obviously if you throw in the dirt every time, it's a 38.9. Just saying, he's a really damn good cornerback. Somebody you guys should really look at. Next, we got, I mean, like I've been hearing, I've been a fanboy of Elijah for this whole time until I watched him. And I was just like, whoa. So next we got the Texans, and we are going to be bringing on Jamie Roots again sometime soon. I want to give him some time and some space to be able to just relax and, enjoy being on his own. So I obviously didn't want to be like, hey, you want to have an interview? I let him know. So next we got, of course, like with the Texans, where do we got to roll? Where do we got to roll? We could look at the line. The line class, you got Deontay Brown there. And I forgot which team like wanted a guard. I remember someone told me that, oh, it was the Seahawks. They were saying like, dude, we have 2 tackles this one year. If you really want to make an impact, go guard. So I can totally understand that. That might be something I change in the future. But with the fact that they invested so much in David Johnson and stuff, I might be rocking towards the Josh Myers pick. It is something that I've been thinking about for a little bit now. And, you could even see Sedarius Hutchinson be this 3rd round pick. I know they went for like Austin. It's not Austin Jackson. I forgot the guy out of, I think it might have been UAB, Titus Howard. Titus Howard in the 1st. He was supposed to be a 3rd round pick, right? Sedarius Hutchinson could be a sneaky pick here over all of these guys. Just beware. Again, we could always go corner there, but Josh Myers to me is a little too good to pass up on. But it is Deontay Brown here as well. The question is, do you want a center or a guard? I think getting a guy like Drake Jackson could be a steal later on if you get Deontay Brown now. Because you can get Sedarius Hutchinson later, but there's no chance of that. There's no guarantee. I think we're going to rock Deontay Brown here. You guys know me. I like to build the offensive line, especially if you want to keep Deshaun feeling comfortable, at least invest something towards his way. That's all I gotta say. Next, we got the Falcons. Falcons, we gotta. Why the hell is tight end a top need for you guys? I know that it's like not a great strength, but this is just not the class to be rocking with that. We could look at linebacker as well. There's still Baron Browning and Chess Surratt and Cameron McGrone on the board. So those are 3 really good guys. Looking at running backs, we could go Michael Carter, who is hinted to be the next Barry Sanders. Don't think that. Could be the next LaShawn McCoy, in my opinion, because I'm extremely high on Michael Carter. Just when people throw out the name Barry Sanders, like I did from last year for DeAndre Swift, who I still think should be playing more towards his style, something that's not up to style as my hair. But I mean, DeAndre Swift, like when I saw him play, this dude just looked different. I don't know why he's playing more like a run downhill type of way in Detroit. I have some sneaking suspicion that he's just trying to fit the NFL scheme, and then he's just going to bounce back to who he is, and they're going to make the scheme around him, and that's just going to work light years better than the way he's been rolling. Just watch out. I think he might have a huge year too. We got to go safety for this. Above all, we got to go safety. There's still Richie Grant on the board. You guys are losing your top two safeties. As much as I would love to go linebacker here, we're going to go Richie Grant. I don't think he can fall past this point. It's going to basically replace DeMonte Casey, and to me, that's going to be wonderful. Bengals, we got to look possibly at a boundary / slot corner for you guys as well, because I know you guys got WJ3 back, but to be fair, I think that you still lost Mackenzie Alexander, so we could go Sean Wade here. That'd be interesting. Could definitely go Sean Wade. Looking at the tackles who are left, you got Jackson Carman, who's pretty young, Deontay Smith, who I think should profile as a guard. He played really well as guard, but Walker Little's here as well. Now, we've seen in like I believe the past two drafts, guys drop a lot because of injury issues. Walker Little has had some big injury issues. So I think he could be there in the fourth, given the fact that he can't stay healthy in college. That's something that's a little bit worrisome to me. I'm going to be honest. Looking at the pass rush, because I think they really need to keep Shaq Lawson there. It's Carl Lawson. Dude, I get those guys so mixed up. They need to keep Carl Lawson there. And then keep him, of course, with Sam Hubbard, who isn't honestly that bad at all. I think if you keep that, I don't think you need to go edge rusher here at all. I love Quincy Roche, by the way. I still have like a late 2 on him, but I don't know. Looking at the tight end, we could get another tight end here, but then again, I'm not a fan of Tommy Tremble. You pretty much get that already with the kid that you got from Washington. Forgetting his name at the moment, but of course I do know it. So I'm down to 2 options now. We're down to Sean Wade, who can play a really good slot corner, in my opinion, or we are down to Walker Little and Brady Christensen. I don't think Jackson Carman is the right pick here. He just doesn't seem like he has it up here yet. I think he's going to be falling quite a bit in this draft, as the ranking says. To me, I think Brady Christensen, he played at a very high level, but he didn't really play against very high-level pass rush talent. And in this division, there's a lot of high-level pass rush talent. I mean, the one guy, I keep coming back to Jackson Carman because he has played against some really good pass rushers. And maybe with a good guy with high IQ like Joe Burrow, maybe Joe Burrow can teach Jackson Carman what to think. Because if you look at him, he's a true junior. He's young. Damn, this is up to you guys. You guys can decide whether you want to go Wade here or Carman. But I think, again, the injury issues, you guys already have enough injuries with Joe Burrow there. And Brady Christensen, you're going in to face TJ Watt, potentially JJ Watt. There's not to mention all the pass rushers in the other parts of the division, like Myles Garrett. Jackson Carman has at least dealt with those guys being in the SEC. So we're going to be rocking with Jackson Carman here to be able to play right tackle for the team, because now you're going to have Jonah Williams. I believe Jonah Williams plays left. And then you're going to have right tackle Jackson Carman to replace Bobby Hart. And he'll be able to possibly sit a year. I don't know if Bobby Hart is going to be there next year. I thought he might have signed a 3-year deal. That might have been 2 years ago as well. So he might have 1 more year left on contract. That way Jackson Carman can sit, if not replace him. And that would be a great scenario, because then, hey, you never know. Someone gets injured, you have somebody there. So I like this idea of Jackson Carman being able to sit as well as learn from a guy who beat him in the national championship. Next, we got the Eagles. I think now we could look at linebacker. You got Davion Taylor there, who I still think has a lot of potential. But, dude, you still got Chaz Surratt on the board. Like, I know Alex Singleton isn't that bad either. If you guys do want to stick to the 4-3, because it looked like you guys were pretty adamant on staying to 4-3, I think that maybe Chaz Surratt would be a really good outside linebacker for you guys. You guys have Alex Singleton, Davion Taylor, Chaz Surratt, along with, of course, your defensive front. That's going to be super crucial to the squad for being able to just kick some ass. If you guys want to go quarterback here, you're an idiot. So Chaz Surratt is going to be the pick. It's too good of value. I see him going at the top of the second, and I don't blame any team for doing that. Next, we got the Lions. Lions, we either got to go with the secondary pick or else we got to go with Baron Browning. But, guess who needs a slot corner, guys? And guess who has Shaun Wade's buddy Jeff Okudah? It's the Lions. I know that we need to get linebackers so badly, but it's too much value here to pass up on Shaun Wade being a slot corner because he needs to be a slot corner in a man scheme. He just sucks on the outside. He just completely sucks. But we saw how much of an impact player he was sitting in that slot. Shaun Wade's the guy. Next, we got the Panthers. Panthers, we could even go for a guy like Keith Taylor here, who I'm actually watching and doing a scouting report on right now. I would show you guys, but I got enough tabs open as it is. But I think, honestly, we might want to be looking at maybe more of the offensive line look. We already got the offensive tackle. Who do we get? I think we got Reduns. Did we get Reduns for you guys? We probably did. No, we got Reduns here. We got Leatherwood. Oh, Leatherwood would play guard, so we don't need to do that. We probably want to go a tackle here. Brady Christensen would be quite fun in this division. I don't like this is a spot where he can potentially learn from a really high-end tackle like Taylor Moton. And if you guys keep him, that'd be great. Walker Little, again, that's a higher floor pick with injury concerns. It's like, ooh, where do we want to go with this? Because we don't know how long the pass rushers are going to last in the division. And this is a year where Brady Christensen could develop. And Walker Little, I think, is he a redshirt senior? No, he's a pure senior. It's like, oh, this is a tough one for me, guys, because I think we should go this route. Deontay Smith, again, is similar to Leatherwood, where I just kick him into guard. We could even do that. We could get another guard for them, but why the hell would we do that? Damn, I'm stuck, guys. We could, of course, go with the cornerback route. Ifatu, you guys gotta let me know if you guys are zone or man. I know you guys used to run a shit ton of zone, but with Rule, don't you guys? I'm not sure. Do you guys run more man? You guys have to teach me up on that, because if you guys run more zone, I go Ifatu Melifonu 10 out of 10 here. 10 out of 10. But given the current situation, I think we got to be rocking with an offensive tackle here. We're going to be reaching for Brady Christensen, somebody who has been improving dramatically every single year at BYU. And he's just an absolute beast. He seems kind of like a guy on the Panthers. Like, I like the fit. So we're going to get Brady Christensen in there. Leatherwood as his guard, who can also teach him some things about SEC type of play style. So next, we got the Broncos. Broncos, did we get you Nick Bolton? There's no way. Did we actually get you Nick Bolton? That'd be a great pick if we did. Oh, we got Dylan Moses. Nick Bolton definitely went in the first. Yeah. Okay, Dylan Moses is a pretty solid pick, especially with Vic Fangio being there. For me, I'm looking more to potentially replace Von Miller, but again, you guys already know I'm not a fan of the guys who are still on the board. My hair, I'm not a fan of either right now. I think we might want to go interior defensive line, because there are some really good guys on the board. Levi Onwuzurike, he opted out for the year, so we haven't even seen any good tape on him recently. He is a beast, so something we got to keep our eye on. Marvin Wilson, Darius Stills is a sneaky one to come in here. Osa Odigizua, I'm a huge fan of, more than Tommy Togiai. So the question is, I know they like Ohio State interior defensive linemen, though. Like they definitely have like a tendency to want to go towards that route. I think they stick to the Ohio State route, man. Tommy Togiai is going to be the sneaky pick here out of Ohio State. It's a pretty good pick. Tommy Togiai was a pretty big impact player for the Buckeyes this year, and I think he will be taken around this time, similar to I don't know why I keep forgetting the guy's name. It's always on the tip of my tongue, and I always see it. I'm like, gonna get it next time. Still haven't gotten it, but pairing him up with another Ohio State interior defensive lineman is probably never going to be a problem. So I like that a lot. Good scheme fit as well. Next, we got the Cowboys. Cowboys, this is an interesting spot. We don't need to get line depth. We could get defensive line depth, though. That probably is the way that I want to rock. And there are guys on the board, and we could go for more of a guy like Quincy Roche or Patrick Jones here. To me, I think you got to get a high floor pass rusher. And Quincy Roche, I believe, is he a redshirt senior? Yeah. He came from Temple, and he was a baller. He went to Miami. He balled out as well. I like Quincy Roche. So, I mean, I'm proud to say that he should be a Cowboy. That's you guys definitely need some extra pass rush there. Pairing him with Dexter Lawrence is going to be awesome. So I really like that a lot. Next, Giants. So we probably want to go more of a cornerback route for you guys. I heard you guys like to run more zone, but you guys have pure man corners. Of course, you're talking about Darnay Holmes as well as, of course, not Garrett Bradbury, something Bradbury. Bradbury. So you got Bradbury as well as Holmes, who are both, in my opinion, man corners. And that means that you're probably going to want to get a man corner here. This is a sneaky pick to get Keith Taylor, but there are some good linebackers left on the board. Baron Browning would be an interesting guy on this roster, as well as Cameron McGrone. McGrone is interesting, to say the least. I just don't like him in the run game, which, of course, when you're in the division with Ezekiel Elliott, as well as Miles Sanders and stuff, I think it's probably best to go away from a guy who can't play run. Baron Browning is going to be the sneaky pick here. Pairing him up with Blake Martinez is going to be great. It's going to be absolutely great. This is a good spot for him to learn as well, coming from a Belichickian style. So cheers to you guys. Also, yeah, with the corner issue, it's like you guys are running more Belichickian. So they do like to run a lot of man. That's all I got to say. Washington, you guys with Camden or Cameron Curl, as well as Landon Collins, I think you're kind of set pretty much in the safety category. We might honestly want to go more cornerback heavy here. Keith Taylor would be an interesting subject. We could go Israel Mukuamu, Benjamin St-Juste. All these guys were Darius Williams at this spot. We could definitely do that for sure. Somebody like this is an interesting idea, but I'm thinking about going linebacker here because this is the last really good really potential for a good linebacker on the board is Cameron McGrone out of Michigan. And again, I just said wouldn't be the best compared to Baron Browning in the terms of the run game, but he has a very similar speed type of scheme to Holcomb at a UNC. So, I mean, I think Cameron McGrone's a slightly worse version of Chaz Surratt in the terms of he can like pass rush very well. He's speedy. He has some good vision. He just has some stuff on the radar, and it's just like, it makes him get pushed down the draft board. I think Cameron McGrone's still worth taking a shot on, though, guys. There really isn't much after this, and you guys probably want to develop that linebacker core a little bit more than anything else. The cornerbacks, they will be there. You could look at, again, guys like Trill Williams, Ambry Thomas, Rodarius Williams, who will be fitting your scheme as well later on. You just can't pass up on the last really good linebacker who's going to be going probably to the next pick anyways. Cameron McGrone, Michigan, Rocket. Now, Chargers, what did we get for you in this round? I want to see. Did we get you guys a center? We got Trey Smith. Surprisingly, there's still one of my favorite centers on the board. That's Josh Myers. I'm 100% taking that, by the way. Josh Myers is an absolute beast. I love, though, the run game of Ohio State. And Josh Myers might be pretty raw. I'm not 100% sure on that. I know Wyatt Davis is raw. But there's no real reason for him to be falling this far. But, dude, he's going to be a perfect replacement for Pouncey. So now you have your entire left side of your line completely revamped. Completely revamped. That's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. So Josh Myers going to be there along with Trey Smith and Christian Darsaw. I mean, dude, can you imagine how happy Justin Herbert would be if he saw that his entire line was pretty much Darsaw, Smith, Myers, as well as, oh my God, why am I forgetting that, guys? We got Bulaga as well as Trey Turner. Like, that could be the best line in the NFL right there, competing with like Indianapolis just within 1 year. Could do the same thing that Indy did, flip it like worst to first, just like that. That'd be amazing. I mean, that's just something I get excited about. So some of you guys comment on how I always get really excited about some of these players. I just do. I just think that all these guys have a lot of potential, and I hope that they get to the right scheme. Next, we got the Vikings. We probably got to go safety for you guys. We got to go strong safety. Paris Ford's on the board, and I think that he's the right guy for this spot. We could go, of course, interior defensive lineman, but again, I don't think there's too much great depth at strong safety. Talanoa Hufanga would be a sneaky one later on, but there's a real enforcer here in Paris Ford. And, and Sendeos used to say bring back like hard football. Paris Ford is going to bring it back. So he along with Harrison Smith are going to create a dynamic duo in that backfield. And it's a cheap option as well in the third round. They don't even have to invest, they don't have to trade up for a second for it. Which, of course, this is no trades, but, it's awesome. Next, we got the Cards. The Cards, I think that we probably have to focus on the interior of the offensive line here. And for me, that's going to be Deontay Smith. Deontay Smith's going to be kicking into guard. And he's not going to be replacing Ayupati because I'm forgetting who the hell you guys have. He's aging. I think you have him at possibly left guard. You guys know the line a little bit better than I do. But I know that you guys have to replace a guard spot. If I'm not mistaken, you guys have to replace a guard spot. So I think that Deontay Smith would be a pretty good guy to add to the squad. You could also go after Michael Carter here. But I think getting a guy like Chuba Hubbard in the fourth would be so much more valuable. If you get a guy like Deontay Smith here, I think he needs to be a day 2 pick. He has big flaws at tackle. So I don't know why the hell they have him here at tackle. I want to see if they actually said he projects as a guard. So zone run scheme, this is perfect fit for him. But I think that they kind of missed the mark with the idea that he could be a guard because he plays really well in one-on-ones as a guard. So Deontay Smith out of East Carolina, going to be a sneaky pick there. Now you have Josh Jones as the future, your right tackle, Deontay Smith as your future guard. Your team's pretty good. I like that a lot. Just adding extra depth, protecting Kyler Murray. You see how small he is. You got to protect him. Next, you got the Raiders. Raiders, that probably would have been where Deontay Smith might have also went. So looking at the linebackers, ain't nothing here, right? Like, obviously, I don't think you guys need one. We could look at safety, though. You guys could definitely use a free safety to eventually replace LaMarcus Joyner. And I'm looking at Andre Cisco, but I think Ardarius Washington would be an interesting one as well. We want to look at a slot corner that can also be like kind of a nickel corner. Andre Cisco might be fitting that need a little bit better. So I don't know. He is single high safety, though. Holy crap, he is young. I did not know that. This is the youngest guy I think I've seen in the class. This dude's less than a year older than me. Damn, I feel old. Like, I'm trying to find those guys who are slot corners that also play safety. So like, this is probably, we could even see this in the second round. Watch out for a guy like Javon Holland to be going to the Raiders in the second. That's all I just gotta say. But I mean, we're looking at it. Andre Cisco might be able to. He's probably more of a strong safety though, so I'm not 100% sure. It does say free safety. We're going to choose Andre Cisco here in a hope that Gus Bradley changes the scheme up a little bit. So Andre Cisco, we're hoping that he's going to be maximize his value here. I don't think he should be dropping any further than that, especially given his age. I did not know he was that young. That's absolutely amazing. I love that. Dolphins, I don't know how the hell this guy keeps falling to you guys, but Tylan Wallace is here. And if you're adding him to your wide receiver core, you have a fully built line. Najee Harris as well. I mean, you could put Javonte Williams there, but then you also have Tua, and now you have Tylan Wallace. You have Lynn Bowden. It's like you guys have a really, really good offense for this next year. Your identity might be offense with a really good defense this year. That's just how big of a flip that this draft could have on your team. It's just that's the way it rocks. Again, probably wouldn't happen due to trades and stuff, teams wanting to trade up for Tylan Wallace. But in this draft, just be happy. Just be happy, y'all. Now we probably got to go corner for Washington. I don't really know where else to go. Again, Cameron or Camden Curl, pretty solid. I believe it's strong safety or free safety, wherever the heck you guys want to put these guys. You have a really good safety tandem there with Landon Collins, who could play box. If you guys want him to be just a straight box linebacker, we could get a safety here, though. But looking at it, I think we might want to go more man because I'm pretty sure that, I'm forgetting if you guys run a man scheme or not. I remember I got Paulson and Debo to you guys and you guys complained. So under that condition, if it is zone, imagine Ifatu Melifonwu was your guy. But Keith Taylor is going to be my guy here. Watching him right now, he needs to be in a man scheme. He sucks in zone. So again, if it is that, go Ifatu don't go Ifatu Melifonwu here. In the zone scheme, go Ifatu. But get Keith Taylor right now. Washington corners have just been so good. I'm telling you, they have such a good program there. Bears, looking at you guys, where should we go with you? We could get an extra interior offensive lineman, but I don't know if that's the right route. We could just get Levi Onwuso-Rike to just say screw it. Or we could go Osa Odigizua here. Honestly, that'd be quite fun. With the way that you guys like to get these potential generational prospects, like you have Khalil Mack on your roster. You have Akeem Hicks, who is just an absolute beast. Osa Odigizua has the potential to be, I don't know. Osa is a bit small. You guys do have a division where you guys have people running just straight power up the gut. You might want a guy who is, Osa's not that much bigger. I'm actually quite surprised by the size, the size of Odigizua. We could go Tyler Shelvin here at 360. You might want him to plug up that middle. So honestly, I would say probably wait. We could go Darius Stills as well, Marvin Wilson. I would say wait one more round for that. If we want to, we could look at an apparent edge replacement or like somebody to eventually replace Khalil Mack. But shoot, I don't know where to go with this pick. I don't like this position that I'm in right now. If we're gonna be 100% honest, Line, we could go for a guy like Ben Cleveland here, who's really talented. Could go Darius Hutchinson to be able to play the other guard spot. I know you guys have a guy. I'm forgetting the guy's name. I said it in the last video. Out of Notre Dame, he's pretty solid. So not really a need, but of course you can never be too pissed off with having more linemen. It's a tough spot. We're gonna go defense here, but we're gonna be stuck with. I think we might have to be stuck with Osa Odigizua at this small size, or do we dare just like reach for Tyler Shelvin? Like we want to see it. It's like, yeah. I mean, he is gonna be a guy who can plug up the middle, but I think we just take a shot on Odigizua. I think we do it. Odigizua is just so good, man. We just cannot pass up on that talent. And how have we not gotten tackle for the Colts? Oh, because we got a freaking steal in the second round. In who do we get? I keep forgetting his name too. Eric Stokes. I did a full report on him. Walker Little's here, so I think this is where it's like, you know what? If he has injuries, okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. I mean, when he's healthy, it's great. We can get some more guys who can develop under him. But I've heard this. There might be rumors of Trent Williams potentially signing with this team. What the hell? Like that would be the best thing ever. So that'd be, I mean, wow, that'd be great. That'd just be absolutely wonderful. I love that. Imagine if they got Trent Williams and then they brought in Carson Wentz, potentially drafted Mac Jones to sit behind him. I don't think that'd be a great idea, but like, whoa, that'd be great. But Walker Little's the guy right now. We're not going to project any free agency. We are doing videos on that very soon, though. Next, we got the Titans. Titans, we already know where I'm going with this, too. I mean, you guys do run more of a man scheme, and you know what? That means that I'm going to be going wide receiver because the value at man ain't that great. Elijah Moore has that perfect Ole Miss connection with A.J. Brown. And I know some of you Titans fans love that, and I love it, too. Again, I don't force any of these picks. I really don't care. I want to make the best pick in the best time. So if I feel like somebody is worth it, I'll take a shot on them. So Elijah Moore, that's gonna be worth it. Again, I don't plan this out because I don't have any favoritism towards teams. I love the draft far more than teams nowadays, which is quite a nice thing. Next, we got the Jets. Jets, now we got to build up this edge a little bit. There's still Jordan Smith on the board, Patrick Jones. I think we got to go Patty Jones, though. I don't know why he's this far down. I think it's a little bit disrespectful to him at this point, but Patrick Jones is a beast. Steelers. We run a lot of zone, I'm gonna be honest. So we're down to Paulson Adebo and Ifeatu Melifonwu. And like, damn, where do we want to go with this? Because Paulson Adebo's a beast, not gonna lie. But Ifeatu Melifonwu is too. And like, I mean, Ifeatu looks better in pretty much every category. He's big as hell too. So man, it doesn't say he's a slot, right? He's a starting outside cornerback. We also need a slot corner though. We do need a slot corner, and unfortunately, there really isn't too many of them on the board. So we're gonna go Ifeatu though, just to be able to get an heir apparent to Joe Hayden on the outside. I know we already have Steven Nelson there as well, who's playing very high level, but I mean, you don't pass up on that type of talent for our scheme as snow is continuing to fall, as trees like shake off a bunch of snow. Wonderful. But Lions, we have another pick traded. You guys gotta let me know what pick this was. This might have I don't know what pick this. Oh, this is the Goff trade. Okay, don't worry, guys. We got it. This is the Goff trade. Looking at linebackers, got Jack. Ain't nothing here. We could go Kyle Trash here. That's probably. Oh man, I couldn't even forget to do that for the Bears. But Kyle Trash. But I like Kyle Trask. I'm gonna be honest. That could be a good pick. Honestly, that might not be the worst pick in the world. Jamie Newman as well. I know you guys probably get so pissed if I did that. We probably could go another weapon though, if you guys want to, because we are losing Marvin Jones as well. De'Ami Brown would be a lucrative replacement for Marvin Jones. We got now. I mean, how thick is De'Ami? De'Ami is pretty thin. You have a really thin wide receiver core. Oh, if you guys are losing Kenny Golladay, you're getting Seth Williams. Can you imagine how good Seth Williams could be? I have him as more of an early third, and that is just based on the fact that he has sometimes where like he drops some balls, but this dude, like, he has some potential. This guy can run in the 4.3s. I'm just saying, 6'2", he's actually 6'3", over 220 pounds, and he can run in the 4.3s. And he's an aggressive catch maniac. So, I mean, he's not the best at like route running or anything, but I'm telling you, there's some things for Seth Williams. If you can play him as like a big slot or something, you can light it up. I'm just saying. Next, we got the Browns, who already have gotten their linebacker slash slot corner hybrid. So I think the best route for us, since of course we did lose probably our heir apparent to OBJ and Tylan Wallace, we're going to be rocking more into this interior defensive line class. Levi Onwuzurike could be the right guy for this spot. This is where like Levi's value definitely matches up with the value of the pick. You guys know me. I'm not a huge fan of interior defensive linemen, especially that high. So getting a guy like this would be great. Michael Pierce is an absolute animal. So I don't know if it's exactly that big of a need for interior defensive line, but he's going to be a good mentor. And looking at it, Lee McNeil could be a good, like, look how young he is, too. That'd be great. He used to be a linebacker and running back, so you already know a 3-4 nose tackle. He's not that big. I don't really know why you guys are saying that. I would say, and saying he's a 4-3-1 tech, that's pretty bold. But I think Tyler Shelvin's more of that build at 360 pounds. The question is, where do you guys want to go? Because this is the team that pounds the rock the most. It's the team I'm most scared about. I think Aleem McNeil's the best guy on the board besides maybe Jalen Tweetman, Darius Stills. Darius Stills would be a fun option as well, but if you look at him, he's 280. I don't think that's what you want when it comes to run stuffing. If you go to a division that isn't as run heavy as the NFC North, maybe go for Darius Stills here. But Aleem McNeil, he deserves some respect as well. Really, really high-end player. Browns again. We could go corner here, but you guys do run man. And again, you guys already know man corners are off the board. Demetric Felton would be fun. De'Ami Brown, though. You guys know me. I love some De'Ami Brown. I don't think that he can pass this spot. I really don't. I have him usually traded up for. So De'Ami Brown's going to be the right guy in this spot here. You know, having him be the OBJ apparent, having him Peoples-Jones on the roster, that's going to be a pretty good, like him and like Jarvis Landry in the slot, De'Ami Brown on the outside. I like that a lot. I like it a lot. I got to do some more tape study on De'Ami Brown, though. So next, we got the Packers. We got to look at probably some interior defensive line or corner. Obviously, corner, you guys don't really have anybody, but you guys do run heavy man scheme. So we could, I don't know, is Trill Williams zone? Anything. Jeez. Okay. I haven't seen Trill Williams that much. I'm looking at Benjamin St-Juste as well as a guy who could potentially play at a man scheme because, honestly, I don't really mind him at all. Rodarius Williams, another guy. It's down to Trill Williams and maybe going interior defensive line, getting a guy like Tyler Shelvin. I mean, oh man, this would be perfect for Odigizua right here. That'd be so great. But Odigizua is similar to Jalen Tweeman and Darius Stills here. What's Jalen's weight? He's about 290. Okay. Like, I'm stuck right now between these two guys, and I think Jalen Tweeman is the highest ceiling. It's like, shoot, do we go with Trill Williams, though, and get a good corner here? Or else we can wait for a guy like Jalen Tweeman or Darius Stills to fall to us in the fourth. I don't know, guys. I mean, worse, we get, I thought his name was Chris. It's Kyrus Tonga. Okay. I mean, we could probably wait for Kyrus Tonga. I'm going to call him Chris Tonga in the fourth. So, to be honest, we could go Rodarius, though, in later on. But man, we got to fix this defense in one way or another. And I think that both these picks would be great. One guy, I think Trill Williams will be better down the line. But I think a guy like Jalen Tweeman could be a guy who's better now. Darius Stills is going to be the best now, though. We're going to get Darius Stills out of West Virginia, pairing him up with Kenny Clark. That would be, I think, a good pairing right there. Darius Stills, I'm a fan of Darius Stills. See him, he makes a really big impact on every play, especially in the pass rush. You know, obviously your run defense definitely needs to be helped out, but I think that he, along with Kenny Clark, can work really well as a good tandem there, as well as the fact that now you have Nick Bolton. So I don't think that it's as big of a need to get a monster like Tyler Shelvin there. If you want Tyler Shelvin, put him in there. I don't really care. But next, Bills, getting this idea of a running back, no. You are losing your starting right tackle. So looking at the guys on the board, there's absolutely nothing. Go in free agency for this. Also, other teams will go into free agency and have guys who fall to you. This is where we could get a zone corner. Paulson Adebo is just still here, man, and I don't think you can pass up on it. Paulson Adebo is going to fit this scheme so well as a true boundary corner. Now you have Teron Johnson, Tre'Davious White, Paulson Adebo. Like, absolutely, yes, please. Paulson Adebo should not be down this far. I think it's disgusting that he's down this far. It just fell that way. Next, Chiefs. We probably want to go center for you guys, but, I mean, I don't know. We could just go another third wide receiver for you. And there are guys like Sage Surratt on the board, bigger guys. Like, let's see, Cornell Powell would be an interesting steal right here. Demetric Felton. Apparently, they liked Henry Ruggs last year, and they were going to try to move up for him. So I guess they're still in the speed category. If that's the case, I think a good after the. I know they like these guys after the catch. I'm going to Demetric Felton. He's a guy who could play running back as well. And I mean, Tutu Atwell could be a fun one for you guys because he can just burn, but he's not good after the catch. Demetric Felton is my guy. I really like Demetric Felton a lot. And again, if they really were looking at Henry Ruggs, that's the pick. If they weren't, if I was just told some complete BS, I'd probably not go wide receiver there. But I mean, I don't think Demetric Felton should make it out of round 3. Then next, I know there's actually a couple more picks in this round. I guess these are the compensatories, but whatever. The Bucs, we got to look at this. Wide receiver could be a big need for you guys. You guys need a route runner, and Amari Rogers could be a good separator. I know these guys are just pure slots, though. I don't think you guys need slot weapons. So maybe we want to look on the interior of the offensive line, maybe a tackle, because I know that you possibly need a left tackle. There is rumors that your left tackle is not wanting to play or something. I don't really know. I don't think this is the right spot for it, though. Really don't. There's Kyle Trask on the board, and maybe this is the right spot for him to develop because he has some big playmaking issues. We could go running back, though. Oh, Michael Carter's on the board. Oh, my God. How the hell did he fall? Hello. Goodbye. Michael Carter. You guys have been looking for pretty much Shady McCoy. You guys actually brought on Shady McCoy. And this is the perfect fit. Oh my God. He's not gonna leave the top of the 3rd. In my opinion, he's not leaving. I don't think he gets past the nicest pick in the draft. That's just me. Mark 69. I don't think Michael Carter gets past that. Next, Pats. This is where we can look at linebacker or interior defensive line. And there's just too many good guys here. Jalen Tweeman's a guy who's so developmental that you might as well just take him if you're Bill Belichick. It's just such a good ceiling to where it's like, holy crap, that's really scary. Jalen Tweeman's gonna be my guy. This 3rd round and the 4th round are my guys. This is the time for me to get interior defensive linemen. So Chargers, you guys do need. Oh my goodness, Trill Williams still on the board. You guys need a man corner, dude. The Bard is falling very well for this team. We could look at the edge players. Not a fan of anybody on the board right now for this team, dude. Trill Williams. I've heard some like comps to Jalen Ramsey, which if he is, he's gonna be taken like top 10, but. Trill Williams could be a sneaky second if people really like Trill Williams. Think of Joejuan Williams in a couple drafts ago to the Patriots. Like, he was taken above Greedy Williams because some people were like, holy shit, this guy's a lot of potential at his size, like 6'4". So Trill Williams, if people really love him, you only need one team out of 32 to fall in love with you. That's all I got to say. So for me, I draft with logic. There's a good chance that a lot of these guys are gone before here. And there's a lot of guys who I think should be gone before who will be here. That's just the way the NFL works. Next, Saints, looking at you guys, like we could probably get you guys some extra edge talent now. Jordan Smith would be pretty damn fun combined with what's his first name? Cam Jordan. It's like, oh my goodness. Kyle Trask would be a quite fun option here too, though. Like I'm stuck between Jordan Smith and Kyle Trask because you guys do need a quarterback. And this is just where like, why not? Right? I think Kyle Trask is better than Kellen Mond. He's better than Davis Mills. I think Jamie Newman deserves to be down here. So that's me. I think Felipe Franks should be brought up. Felipe Franks has a lot of talent potentially. Kyle Trask and me got to be here. Saints fans might not like it, but I genuinely don't care. I have a late first. Now I have like a mid-second Kyle Trask. It's like the dude has some questionable mistakes, but if he can sit and learn, he'll surprise people. I have him as Kirk Cousins. He has enough of a cannon of an arm. And he needs to fix his mechanics a little bit. If he pulls a little bit of a Josh Allen, but it's not arm mechanics, it's leg mechanics. If he fixes his leg mechanics a little bit, he'll be perfectly fine. Cowboys, this is where we might want to go and beef up that interior. Dude, Marvin Wilson or Tyler Shelvin. I'm going to get the monstrosity in the middle that is Tyler Shelvin. It's just scary to me. This would be great for Trill Williams at the Titan spot, but is there another man corner here? I know he might profile as a slot corner. It's like, okay, let's see like Rodarius Williams. I think he could fit pretty well. I don't know if he's actually that old because apparently TDN doesn't do a good job with people's birthdays. Kelvin Joseph, I've heard some good things about Kelvin. I've heard some good things. Is he a man? Is he a man corner? Press man coverage. So honestly, this is where we're going to see Kelvin Joseph go because he has potential and teams like his size speed combo. Israel Mukuamu has problems with his actual play. Kelvin Joseph does too, but he's just different. I remember seeing some plays with him, and he locked down some key players. I keep forgetting what, but I watched some actual tape on Kelvin Joseph. It might have been against Alabama, and it was like, wow, this guy has some flashes, not consistency, flashes. Team like Tennessee probably wants consistency right now, but it's the third round. You might as well take a guy who could develop into a really, really good corner there, especially with the guidance of the corners that you already got. Next, Rams. I think this is possibly a good spot to get some extra edge help. And you got Jordan Smith here. I don't think we can pass up on this. There's Victor here as well, and Ronnie Perkins, but Jordan Smith's going to be my guy on the Rams. I think that's going to be something that they fall in love with. Jordan Smith's a very high character player, very high motor as well. So if you're going to be able to use him along with Aaron Donald, scary, very scary. Next, Niners. Maybe we should also go pass rush here. That's something I'm considering, but maybe safety is the best route. Looking at it, Ardarius Washington, I know some of y'all don't like Ardarius Washington, but he was the number 2 safety in the country last year, 2 years ago. But I mean, we could also get some extra help on that offensive line. You guys aren't just one offensive lineman away from having a good offensive line. And then the edge class, again, I'm not too huge on this edge class. We've already taken most of the guys who I'm comfortable with. And we don't know what your scheme is now that you don't have Robert Saleh. And you guys can coach me up on who your new defensive coordinator is and what he actually does, because that would really help me understand your team a bit better. But Ardarius Washington is going to be my pick here. Rangy safety, played in a really good system in TCU. I think he should be a 49er. Let's rock Ardarius Washington. Next, we got the Rams again. The Rams, you back. We could look at corner here. We could look at Israel Mukuamu and basically coach him up, because this is where you have like unlimited talent, but you guys are trying to win now, man. Shoot. If you guys are winning now, like there's none of these linebackers who are going to help you. Justin Hilliard might be your best bet. Could look in the interior offensive line at center. No. Not vibing with that at all. Could look at wide receiver and try to get a deep threat like Tutu Atwell. We could look at Anthony Schwartz. So maybe that might be a good route to go. Sage Surratt could be a sneaky pick here for like a big target for Matt Stafford, similar to Kenny Golladay, I guess. I say that under the condition that where is he at? Seth Williams falls this far, that's where Kenny Golladay is going to be. The Rams could honestly sign him possibly in free agency if they find a way to like twist the arm of the cap. But I mean, shoot, we could go Tutu Atwell here and then just have a burner downfield. It seems interesting. It's him or Schwartz, and I'm going to be honest, I might be more comfortable with Anthony Schwartz, but we're going to go 2-2 just to keep it more realistic. Just having a weird weapon like Tutu Atwell. Surprisingly not good after the catch, but man, if you have him on these like non-hard cutting routes, he's dangerous. He's very dangerous. Just has some big drop issues and fumbling issues, but it's late round 3. I have him more as like a mid to late, I think an early or late 6th, just due to how horrible his hands are. But I mean, if you really put in the time and development, especially trying to win a Super Bowl, that's as much motivation as you'll ever need. Next, with the Ravens, we probably have to go with more of an edge route here. Hamilcar Rashed still here. But Ronnie Perkins is my guy. Ronnie Perkins out of Oklahoma. I've heard him in like the first round type shit. He's young, athletic, fun to watch. He seems like a Raven to me. That's all I got to say. As a guy who watches a lot of the Ravens, I think that he would be a good Raven. Now, Hamilcar Rashed, I don't know what his weight is. Is he an actual 3-4 outside? So I want to see this. Okay, that's fucking great. That's wonderful. So he's a sub-package guy in a multiple scheme. And you need to get a 4-3 D end here. I want to look at the weight size. This guy could potentially be a 4-3 D end. Yep, there you go. I think this is just where you take a shot on a guy like Odeigbo. It's just, you might as well. As a fun way to end the draft with somebody who I cannot pronounce. That is the draft, guys. Look at all of it. Have fun. I really do appreciate this. If you guys like this series, let me know. I will do another one coming up soon. We're doing a fan mock, so please, please, please join the Discord, join the Twitter, join all the handles down below, and definitely check out the sponsor. Still don't have the product yet, but get your 20% off anything. Have fun. Enjoy it. I'll see you on the far side. Peace.